centerpiece. We just need the outer edge. And I'll show you why here in just a second. Just gonna fight. Let me see those. We'll probably pop some holes in this, like say 3 holes.
Yeah. And then weld inside the holes.
And then we'll use those to
keep
spot
in
weld it
mind.
in place.
Okay. Keep in mind that piece that I'm putting in is going to be moving this piece.
Moving it where?
It's going to be kicking in.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah. No problem.
But I mean, honestly, however you want to do it, I can pick up in the morning.
Yeah. Once this is in
with
place, all this will do is trim this edge out. So if you need to kick it in, it'll be fine. You can just kick it in. It's just going to trim out the edges around the pipe. So we'll do one for this little one, which is a different size. Do one for this.
Well, this piece, this little piece right here, I was going to cut it out. And it's just going to be gone. It's going to be too thick. And then everything else will be trimmed out the inside.
Okay. All right. So you skip.
Skip this.
So will your piece come in further than the bottom part of it? Okay.
You need to shrink it down to where it meets this. So this whole thing has got to come.
This should be that.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you do an arch cut.
Gotcha.
That'll get you in that right direction.
Okay.
So.
Well, oversized cut.
Oh, that's good. Hey, there's our hinges. So basically, here's running this motherfucker to where this edge is about where it needs to be.
Go for it.
And then
You gotta have a permit to film in this city. I don't know what you're doing, sir. Have you paid for that film?
film permit.
What are we doing?
So when you cut that,
Gotcha.
now you're already 90% there.
Okay.
Don't we?
Okay. Cool.
I mean, it'll still have to.
Yeah, oh yeah,
we'll still
for
have
sure,
to work
for
it,
sure.
But and this actually can bend a little bit.
I've been at some already.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
scared
this
to
can
go
be-
too far.
I just did it at 90. I probably should have done it at 45 because that's really what it needs to be at. But you know, in a
That's
rush,
fixable.
we have 3 days.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We have 2 now. No rush.
So anyway, your
Javier, hinge delivery.
delivery. I heard the project hinges on it.
What we got, Mike?
We got some A model hinges right here.
And they're even marked as top, middle, and bottom.
Yep.
That's Gene McCoy's handwriting right there.
Hey.
Oh man, you can't throw those stickers
No, you're
away.
gonna have to cut those off. Sorry, I forgot to say.
Yeah. All right.
Those are donated, not purchased, so they don't go towards the final bill.
Thank you, Javier. Thank you. All right, we got your hinges. That's awesome. Oh shit!
No. Nothing happened. Turn off. No.
You look like 2 old married couple driving down the
This
road.
right here should be the accelerator.
Yeah.
The trigger.
Leave it right here. Just
That's what I said.
warp drive, Chewy.
You need to have the gear shift up about right here
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's right.
And you can wear a big rat fink outfit.
I told him that we were going to put the
Rat think outfit. You mean Mike's not gonna wear a shirt?
like a tractor.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine that if we put it on the
400
steering column?
horsepower
Like a-
death machine, no problem.
Yeah.
I like this.
Fucking
Yeah.
tractor.
If it was mine, this is what I'm doing. Our legs are just gonna get real instant.
Just cross yours over mine. It's okay. All right, gentlemen. Y'all have a good night.
See you tomorrow.
Good call.
I did have a lot of successful stuff, but after I did all of that, I worked on the fucking steering. And man, when I tell you that steering, like it kicked my ass, like super bad. And I was fighting and trying to make it work. And basically what I came to was I need a double joint. You know, one of those joints that goes down to another one of those joints. And it took me a while, it took me hours to get to that point. And then of course, me being me, I'm like, all right, so I have 2 joints here. I'm gonna TIG weld these joints together, right? So it started going,
Which just locked them, which locked them.
yeah, just started going down
Reset the
these
throttle.
rabbit holes.
Reset.
It got so bad there was a point to where I was like, all right, the shaft goes down, right? There's a 1/16 of an inch in between the exhaust manifold and a 1/16 of an inch in between the block. And there's a knuckle on the block. I'm like, I'm gonna take the cutoff wheel to the block, make some clearance.
Oh no!
I didn't do that.
Thank God.
I walked away at that point.
Yeah.
And then once I walked away, I got home and was feeling defeated as shit. Ray gave me a fucking pep talk, and then I jumped on the fucking I jumped on the internet. You can buy a double one of those joints for $31.
Yeah, they're all pretty cheap.
Yeah, I was like, what the? Why didn't I do
think
that?
Actually, AutoZone might have those kind of stuff. I'm thinking.
Yeah,
about
so
it.
I bought
think
it
they
and bought it for a $31 part that I could. And so I threw the $31 part, and of course it's delivered today. So that happened yesterday. You can order it online and get it the very next day.
So Ray's got it down at the house, probably.
No. Tony's got it. He's bringing it back this evening. That'll be done this evening.
So vacuum line, steering, drive shaft.
Yeah, we got to do the drive shaft. That's got to get cut. We got to do the vacuum line for the transmission. Finish the steering, and we got to bleed the brakes. We have the fittings for the brakes. We got to get those lines worked out, finished out. T in that. We already got everything for the brakes. And then we got to cut the dash up, get it put in there, get the door swinging. The door swinging are going to be a big deal. I'm stoked about the door swinging.
Well, that can happen right now. Do you have any pins?
What?
Do you have any pins?
Oh, we can make pins.
Let's do it.
Make pins right now.
Tell us your trick again, Mike, about the solid stock.
Well, normally when I'm putting hinges in, I'll take a piece of solid stock that's the exact same size as the hinge pins, take the hinge pins out, and then I run it all the way down so that I can make sure that both of the hinges are directly in line. Because if you don't, they'll compete against each other.
Yeah.
And when you open the door, you can feel it. But I don't have a piece of solid stock that size. We're gonna stop
So
that.
you're just going to have to try to be good.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to try and do it good. So that'll be fun. That will be fun.
Well,
These hinges suck.
they're broke. Defective hinges.
Never gonna work. 1930s. Who would have thought it just fall apart like that? I wonder if I have. I have nothing. Some WD. So rather than go buy a new bottle, we use the crook cutter bottle
For what? What do you use it for?
for a WD.
Oh. And cooling off hot parts?
And cooling off hot parts. Rather than buying one. Well, let's see. We're the original recyclers.
Where are your tail lights?
Tail lights right there.
Oh. You think you're hot shit?
I think I'm hot shit.
Well, you think you're hot shit, huh?
When you
What's going on?
you gotta run that
Watch
inside
rise.
the frame rail, but you're gonna have to chop those off. So you'll chop the front one, leave the back one in. Yeah, and grab that. Yeah.
That way on both of them, that way it makes this cowl tie to this
Yeah.
little bit on the front end.
Yeah. And then those you'll just cut off basically just shy of the back one.
Right, because it's got a tuck.
How about your welder momentarily? There's a red cord right there. I had it. And he was talking about, you know, if I was a bomb maker, I'd just paint all of the wires white.
What we're doing, Mike, I'm welding in a pad so we can put a GM style brake switch in this thing. Tell the folks about getting metal in your eye, Mike. Put some damn safety glasses on.
Yeah, safety glasses are a good idea. I get metal in my eye at least once or twice a year. So I woke up at about 3:30 this morning. I was in the shop before 5, and at about 5:45, cutting a hole, got a shard of metal in my eye.
So it's a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing.
Yeah. So I worked with it all day. Oh shit! I worked with it all day, and then finally this afternoon I went and got it taken out of my eye real quick.
Feels a lot better, I'm sure.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's golden.
Spot rotting. What's that all about?
Crazy life growing up. There's no telling what he knows. I'm gonna question it.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
It's anybody's guess. It could be a real thing.
There is no telling.
She working on a door panel, right?
Yes, sir. I am working on the door skin,
Notching it for the frame?
notching it for the hinges.
The hinges, okay.
Yep, notching it for the hinges. And I gotta trim this stuff down and get it a little skinnier. It's just kind of loosely in there. As you can see on that one, I coined. That's what that's called. I coined the ends. I haven't coined the ends on these yet. So I got a little bit of work to do there.
You know, they use that same term on bricklaying, like masonry.
Yeah.
When they coin brick, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yep. It's where they leave those corners kind of stepped out on like blocks.
Right.
And they call that coining.
Okay. That's good information. Regular tin snips. Okay. I just got turned on to these. Look how small the blades are.
Yeah, they're short.
They're called bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Little short blades, and they're made to where you can nip off even way thicker metal, because like these are...
Because you get more leverage on them, one thing.
Right, yeah, because these are like 18 gauge and less. These right here will nip off, 16 gauge, no problem.
Huh.
Yeah, called
And
bulldogs.
those are the name brand Whist.
Whist,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I just got turned on to these. I'm pretty stoked about them. Is that Saturday? I think it was Saturday, but so we're working away, and everybody's here, and it's chaotic. And I see this guy pull up across the street, and he gets out, and he kind of looks like Sean Young's cousin. You can tell he's a car dude. Yeah, you can tell he's a car dude. And I'm like, okay, I'm continuing working away. So he walks up and he hands me a piece of paper. And written on the piece of paper says, I am looking for parts for a 1960 Impala. Can you please tell me the address and where I can find such parts? And I'm looking at it, and I look at him, and I was like, do you speak English? And he says, no, Francais. And I'm like, oh, you're French, okay. And then he opens the paper, and it's a carburetor, an original 1960 carburetor, and a Speedo. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, hold on. So I break out Google so we can do the translator thing from English to French and back and forth. And I basically tell him, look, man, I believe I have one. And he's like all excited. French people are very touchy-feely. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not, but I may be a little bit French.
He's very touchy-feely. He's like, oh my God, and I'm like, I don't know you like that, but okay.
Okay.
So
it pays to have an open mind.
Yeah. So I go in the parts room, and sure shit, in a box, I have one. It is identical. It is a 1960 Chevy Impala.
A 2-barrel or a 4-barrel?
Yeah, the 2-barrel.
Yeah, I have one at the house
Well, they
too.
call 'em,
A Rochester.
They had a slang for them. I think they call them teapots.
Oh,
But they
okay.
were a Rochester, yeah. But anyways, I'm like, holy shit, I got this. So I come out, and of course he lights up. He's freaking out, and he's speaking in French, and the phone's trying to keep up. And he basically was like, man, how much do you want for this? And I'm like, man, if you can use it, take it with you. He's like, well, I'm on my way to Nashville today. So he was only in Memphis for like a couple of days, and I don't know. I didn't, at the time, I had no clue why he came by here. He just happened down Hollywood or whatever. Well, it turns out he's in a car club in France, and he keeps up with the Rotters Memphis on social media, and that's how he figured out here. And then he's like, asked me, can I look around and take pictures? I'm like, yeah, dude, do whatever you want. Well, I started thinking about it while he's looking around. I'm like, I think I have a matching set of 3 of those carburetors. So you get a 3D setup. So I go back in the parts room, and sure as shit, I have 3 identical matching carburetors. And give him those, and of course you would have thought I gave him $1 million.
Which proves something I've always thought. I've been in places and I was unsuspecting. People viewed me as a nobody, right? A nobody. And you just never know who you'll meet.
Yeah, that's right.
And it pays to be decent to people and give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, what is that saying? The toes you step on today might be the ass you have to kiss tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, but it turns out. So
Pretty cool.
Yeah, after he left, he handed me a business card for their car club, and I'm looking at him like, oh, wow, dig that, you know? And he showed me a bunch of pictures of their cars. They have some serious cars. Well, then Matt Clark was here, and Matt Clark was like, let me see that card. He was like, those guys keep up with the Rotters page. I'm like, get out of here. So he showed me.
You well represented
Yeah, I was
the
like,
Memphis
oh,
guys.
yeah, cool.
Yeah,
That's
you
awesome.
did good, Mike. See there, folks, it pays to give people the benefit of the doubt and treat them with dignity. And then if they're an ass, then you can kick their ass.
Yeah, Sean. That's really hard to do with those big long ass pins in there. I can't put this on there. I think we're gonna need pins before I start doing this.
Say that again, Sean. You're almost done.
Sean's done.
Wow,
Sean don't play around.
man, he's the he gets it done.
Talking about bullshit over here. I'm gonna be working. You're over here working.
I'm making it happen.
Making it happen.
Making it happen.
That's why Sean is awesome.
What happens here? I guess your deck goes here.
Yeah. Where you can attach to.
Well, I've got all these wires through, and I just want to making sure I'm not going to. I can P-clip them to that, but you're gonna have something there, aren't you?
Maybe, maybe not. But there is a brace in here, so you can hit that brace, run over the top of this, just kind of space off of that lip, and then there's another brace right here.
It might be wrapped inside of this spring here.
Yeah, and then around this piece. In fact, you could just sell tappering to that.
We're done.
And you're through.
Okay.
In fact, I think we'll hang the taillights from those.
So, what do you know? What day we're on, Mike? Have you lost
I
track?
think
Is it 10 or 11? I think it's 11.
it might be 12.
12?
I didn't put anything out there yesterday.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yesterday was 11.
That's kind of why I drove here. I was like, Mikey needs some help.
Yeah. I felt defeated yesterday. I was fucking done.
So, and you got to leave out of here Thursday morning,
Thursday morning.
and you're headed to where?
We're heading to Ratstock is the name of it, and it's up in Illinois outside of Chicago. I can't remember the name of the town.
Chicago.
What's that?
Chicago.
That's right. That's right. It's a town outside of there. I can't remember the name.
That's all right.
But it's Ratstock. So we're going there, and yeah, we're gonna compete, I guess. I'm not a big competing guy, but we're gonna compete.
And I don't know if Mike has mentioned this, but this started out as a dune buggy frame
It did.
that he flipped upside down to make the car, and then added a few pieces and
Yeah,
cut off a few
yeah,
pieces.
yeah. Added some here, added some there.
What you doing, Sean? Soldering. So there is a debate, I know you know about it, that people say soldering sucks and crimping's the only way to go. Some people say crimping's the way to go. I know it's a big debate. I agree with that, although I did see a good crimp video, like a good example of why, and they made a good point, but I'm still soldering my shit. I don't think it's going to be bouncing around enough to break it.
I think they solder it to the socket, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Solder it to the socket from the factory. Oh yeah, so that right there is the debate.
Yeah, like it's a big debate online. I mean a big debate.
Yeah.
I just stay the fuck out of it and go solder my stuff.
The guys that are saying, yeah, clip everything, solder sucks. I bet you they don't know how to solder.
Don't know how to solder.
I bet you that's what it is. That's why they say soldering sucks. Soldering sucks because I can only print. I don't know how to solder. Yeah.
I like the look of the wheels on it. I think it adds a megalomaniac look to it. And I do like the Corvette thing. I think it, I mean, I don't know if it's a thing already, but I like it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wanted it to be, real F1-y,
Yeah.
If they made an F1 car in 1927 with modern technology, what would that look like? So that was kind of the thought.
Good idea.
F1 inspired 27. Okay. I think it's come out okay. I wish I would have made my doors a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I did notice that they're a little long.
Yeah, I'd really hate to cut that bottom bead roll off, but I will. I will cut that shit slap off.
So have you got the rear deck lid here?
No, I haven't made that part yet. I don't have the frame to it. I
Okay.
intend on making that tonight.
Okay.
So I'm going to work on the deck lid, try and get that thing swinging before tomorrow morning, and then I can get the door swinging tomorrow, and then work on the hood mount and the hood. Of course, we're going to be tripping over each other tomorrow because Joel's going to be in the firewall and the trans tunnel.
So for the record, today is Monday.
Today is Monday. We have to have it finished by Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Completely. Got to be running, driving. The show that we're going to, we can't just take you to the show and unload it off the trailer in the parking lot and say, wow, look at this car.
No mock-up.
No mock-up cars. We have to take it there, and then Friday we have to be at the show. All the builders do. And then you have to leave the show and you have a time frame that you can be at a different location in Iowa, which is like 60 miles away. You have to drive the car to Iowa, and then that's when you're actually technically entering into the builder portion of the show.
Wow.
So if your car don't make the drive in that time frame, then you're X'd out.
Even if you make it to the Chicagoland area.
If you make it there, which, we will trailer this there.
Right.
It is an untested
But
car.
just making it to the Chicagoland area is not enough.
It's not enough.
You got to go to
You
Iowa.
got to drive the car from the Chicago area place to this place in Iowa
Wow.
Friday.
Wow.
I can't remember what the time frame is. I think it's like a 4-hour block. But you got to make it there by then. And then that's when you're actually entered into the builder section of the show. They actually judge the cars there in that parking lot. And then you have to drive it back to the show.
Wow.
So 60 miles, you got to drive 120 miles that day. and then once you get back to the show, then you're there at the show. But it actually has to drive, which for a rat rod show, that's pretty impressive to me, because a lot of times you go to those shows and the cars don't drive.
Yeah.
You know.
Which is
Or
what
they-
I call a no-go showboat.
Yeah, or if they do drive, they drive in the parking lot.
Yeah, still a no-go showboat.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I mean, hell, a lot of street rods are victim of that same shit. Yeah, they pull up in their trailer, like our meeting the other week. You remember the meeting, Sean? The street rods. There was a whole meeting about getting gravel dust on your car's tires, so there's a specific drop-off location.
Huh. Wow. I try to keep mine worn out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If it don't have some road grime on my tires, then
Yeah.
there's a problem.
Yep.
It ain't running. Because if it's running, I'm driving the wheels off of it.
You know what kills me is all these people who put radical cams in their engine and they're thumping. Man, some of them are popcorn poppers, right?
Right.
And all these dudes do, and I'm speaking from older guys that I see, all they want to do is putz around with it
Yeah.
and let it idle around.
Yeah.
I'm like, stomp that loud pedal and make some noise and shit and get, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They don't drive it.
Yeah, they just putz around and just let it idle around.
Yeah, they don't drive it.
I'm like,
Crazy.
get that cam up where it and let it stretch its legs.
Yeah. I like driving my shit. Sean, you're a badass.
I don't know. How many rat rods do you think have fucking soldered wire joints in it?
None. This one?
Yeah. I bet butts. You'll see butt splices and duct tape.
I'm gonna specifically look, and if I see one single solder joint at this show, I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to you and be like, this guy soldered his fucking wire.
Well, I mean, I can solder them just about as quick as I can butt splice. You know,
Well, I don't
and
know.
it's so much better.
It is.
I mean,
It is.
Because I can't tell you how many crimp joints I've had to where I just pulled on
Yes.
it to see if it was snug.
Yes.
Or just had it pulled right
by
out.
one fucking strand. of,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. It's better, I'm with you. And I'm not a wiring guy, obviously. That's why you're here, because I can't do what
So
you
this
do.
car could have blinkers, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it could. We have the circuitry for blinkers, but we live in Memphis, Tennessee, and
Clicking,
blinkers are optional.
clicking noise gets old.
Well, fuck, nobody else in the city uses blinkers. Why should we even put them on it?
Hey, I got to tell you, I stopped at and got a little gas station about halfway here
Yeah.
from Western Kentucky, and I swear I saw a car and I took a picture. And it was a 5-lug bolt pattern on the wheel, and 2 were broke off, and it had 3 nuts holding the wheel on. So all it takes is that one to break, and then the other 2 are going instantly.
I bet you I was related to them.
I have to admit, I did think, from what I've heard from you and seen, that car probably belonged in Memphis.
Yeah, you're right. I did that on the panel truck one time. I had no choice. But
Well, that's kind of a different deal.
I was on the road.
They had 2 broke off the back and 1 broke off the front, so I saw a habitual thing there.
A habitual offender.
Yeah. There we have them.
Okay, running lights are on. Push the brake. Okay, you got it. Yeah. they work.
Yep, they work.
Go.
That one. And that one. Yeah, you know
Take that.
real brake.
Fucking nuts. Fucking nuts.
Real brake lights.
This ain't a rat rod at all.
No.
Hit the brake. Turn it off.
Hold on. Running lights?
Nope. No.
Fuck, which one?
Man, pretty soon your fan will come on.
That's it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Turn on your master.
Is that the master?
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna hate this part, Rod. Sean hates it. Ready?
Yeah, I already know.
Okay.
Oh, the lights. I don't hate it. The fact that you don't see them, that you covered them up, makes it okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because it doesn't look obviously horrible. So, give us an explanation of what kind of modifications you did and maybe a vague description of how you did them.
Okay, so this is a 1933-34 Lincoln grill. Factory, this grill is about this tall, if that tells you anything, how much I took out of it.
Okay. Hold on. I saw something here. This was, I'm guessing,
That was the
what you took out of it right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that.
I got you. Was it that hanging up on the wall up here?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
so that's
yeah.
how tall that thing was.
Wow, yeah.
So
That's a pretty bold move to cut that down, because I think that's probably a somewhat desirable piece.
yeah, you're not going to find a 1933-34 Lincoln grill very easily.
Yeah, some people might hate you over that.
Oh, I'm sure. Look,
Not me, but some people might.
I'll be honest with you. You know, all of this stuff that I cut up, it never bothers me a bit. When I made the first cut on this, I felt sick to my stomach,
Really?
and I don't do that. That doesn't happen very easily.
Wow.
But so, anyways, we chopped it down. I sectioned out the lower chin piece, and then yeah,
There's your union right
yeah,
there.
there's my union for my stainless. But I sectioned this out, sectioned it back in, saved my pieces that went off so that I could wrap it around and give it a finished edge. Cut down the stainless, mildly reshaped the stainless. And
So you actually cut the sheet metal, what, right here, kind of?
yeah, so it's right here is one piece,
I see.
and then I sectioned in a piece up here.
I see. Okay.
In fact, you can see it better from the back.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
So we took, I don't know, what did we take out of it? 10 inches, maybe 12 inches?
See, people would look at that and just see that.
I think it was factory.
Right. They have, and that's the part that people don't have any clue how much you thought and handwork you do to it.
Yeah, it was a lot. And the crazy part about this grill is, I put this grill on the front of like 6 different cars. And none of them, it wasn't right. None of them, it wasn't right. So the biggest part of this grill is massively bigger than a regular grill. We didn't just cut, 12 inches out of it. It's super wide. Like it's way wider than any of those A model grills and any of the other grills. So it just looks weird on the front of any hot rod I've ever put it on. It's just too gigantic. But
It works
the
here.
frame's super wide on this, and it helps cover up some of that LS that I don't like.
I'm with you on that. I think LSs are a great engineered product, but I'm too old for those.
Yeah.
I just stick with what I know, and I don't know that.
Yeah, if Tony wasn't involved, this thing would have never had an LS in it.
What would you have put in it?
I mean, I probably would have built this flathead valve. Or a Y block. I got a Y block. That would have been good. Yeah, that would have been good in this. I probably would have used my Y block over there. I got a Y block, a running Y block, the one that's right beside the front door. I got the motor and transmission.
The
The
V12 in it.
The V12 would have been good in this car. Yeah, flathead V12 would have been good in this car. Because, I mean, it don't weigh nothing, so, I mean, you don't need 1,000,000 horsepower to move this thing quickly, So, I don't know. Welding this up, instead of just hitting dead on that hole and it blowing out fucking like a pea size, because that's what it does. So what I do is I'll already come out here and I won't weld. I'll just tap it. I'll just tap the trigger to where it throws a little BB there, and then I'll jump around and throw little BBs, and what it does is it tempers the metal around it, and then you connect the BBs and it'll weld the whole hole up without blowing it out giant size. Yeah. Because, I've seen guys, that's one of the ways that you can tell whether guys have been like doing rust repair for a long time or not, like when they come in or I hire somebody or whatever. If I say, hey, take care of that hole. Now some of them will cut it out, which is good. you know. But if you're just dealing with one little small hole, if they just weld right in the middle of it, and then I come back, and next thing you know, the weld's like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they've been chasing it. That's not how you do it. If you just jump back to where it's good metal and you just barely hit it, just it'll temper the metal right there and it won't blow out on you. Exactly what I was hoping. What? Straight line? No contour?
Not anymore.
Once you put it to the tip where the handle reliefs are? Contour.
You were hoping it would do that?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you look, there's a contour to the body, right? So I cut the brace to that contour. And rather than shrink this whole edge, I was thinking that once I put the hinge reliefs in it, I could push it to that and it would bubble this out because you can see it's pretty flat because I want a contour. Same contour as the cowl. So that's the goal.
So we're nearing the end of day 11, is that right?
Right.
And amongst the many other things you've gotten done today, you got the door hung, or one of them.
Yep. I'll regret doing this tomorrow when I got to put a piece of steel back there. But for the sake of making us feel good for the day, we're going to do this. Pretty cool.
So are you going to fill this, or working on filling this back here so it fits the contour?
I feel like it's too high now.
Uh-huh.
So I'm definitely going to do something here. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to split the difference.
So in other words, you're not happy with it entirely and you're going to resolve that, but you don't know how you're going to resolve it yet.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna run that edge and just kind of roll it down into that, like that, not this one.
Yeah. Which would ease that blunt transition.
Yeah, it would ease it, and then I can take this and basically extend it down into the body and make it wrap that to where it'll all sink together.
Kind of come together
Yeah.
in at least a tasteful way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Hell yeah.
Wonder what time it is.